outside of section 118.
Celebrating the magic of March, the Wisconsin division of Quincy Newspapers Incorporated presents the 97th annual WIAA Boys State Basketball Championships. Live from Madison, Wisconsin, this WIAA Sports Exclusive is brought to you statewide by Associated Bank. Sign up for Associated Bank checking today and get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron Rodgers himself. For details, visit AssociatedBank.com. Marshfield Clinic, encouraging you to live an active, healthy life. Marshfield Clinic, don't just live, shine. Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Rural Mutual Insurance Company, a proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award. Go to ruralins.com. WIAA, support your public schools and your teachers. Join the conversation on Facebook /Speak Out Wisconsin. WIAA, moving education forward. And by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board.
From the Kohl Center in Madison, it's Championship Saturday of the 2012 WIAA State Boys Basketball Tournament. So glad you could join us along your WIAA network station. We begin this evening with our Division II title game. Onalaska from the Mississippi Valley Conference taking on Kaukauna from the Fox Valley Association. Good evening, everyone. I'm Scott Emmerich along with Chris Wetler. We are looking forward to calling the game here for you this evening. A couple of teams very dynamic. Let's start with Onalaska as we check out our Menards points of the game, Chris.
Well, you see that Onalaska is led by Matt Thomas, 6'4" junior, doing a heck of a job. Kaukana's going to have to figure out a way to stop him. And then in the paint, they got Nick Ahrens, who's heading to Green Bay down the road. Also had a good day yesterday on the free throw line, and also a very good player.
Onalaska's coming off a 38-32 win over Pius yesterday in the Division II semifinals. On the other side, Kaukauna, led by a sensational guard, 6'5" senior Jason Miller, the Fox Valley Conference Player of the Year.
And he played like the Player of the Year down the stretch yesterday against DeForest as they went on a 22-1 run to finish that game off. And Miller had a big hand in that. And Kyle Shoes, the postman, the big guy in the middle that they run their offense through.
Be a great matchup in the middle between Ahrens and Shoe, Onalaska and Kaukauna, won't it?
Oh, absolutely. And Onalaska's got to figure out a way to handle Kaukana's scrappy defense and all the different defenses they'll throw at Onalaska.
Onalaska's down here for the 8th time in school history. Last time they won it all was in 1992. Kaukana's down here for the 2nd time overall in school history, looking for their first ever state title. The Division II title game is coming your way next. Stay with us. Championship Saturday rolls on from the Kohl Center. Let's start with Onalaska as we check out our Menards points of the game, Chris.
Well, you see that Onalaska
Celebrating the magic of March, the Wisconsin division of Quincy Newspapers Incorporated presents the 97th annual WIAA Boys State Basketball Championships. Live from Madison, Wisconsin, this WIAA Sports Exclusive is brought to you statewide by Associated Bank. Sign up for Associated Bank checking today and get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron Rodgers himself. For details, visit AssociatedBank.com. Marshfield Clinic, encouraging you to live an active, healthy life. Marshfield Clinic, don't just live, shine. Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Rural Mutual Insurance Company, a proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award. Go to ruralins.com. WIAA, support your public schools and your teachers. Join the conversation on Facebook /Speak Out Wisconsin. WIAA, moving education forward. And by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board.
From the Kohl Center in Madison, it's Championship Saturday of the 2012 WIAA State Boys Basketball Tournament. So glad you could join us along your WIAA network station. We begin this evening with our Division II title game. Onalaska from the Mississippi Valley Conference taking on Kaukauna from the Fox Valley Association. Good evening, everyone. I'm Scott Emmerich along with Chris Zwettler. We are looking forward to calling the game here for you this evening. A couple of teams very dynamic. Let's start with Onalaska as we check out our Menards points of the game, Chris.
Well, you see that Onalaska is led by Matt Thomas, 6'4" junior, doing a heck of a job. Kaukana's going to have to figure out a way to stop him. And then in the paint, they got Nick Ahrens, who's heading to Green Bay down the road. Also had a good day yesterday on the free throw line, and also a very good player.
Onalaska's coming off a 38-32 win over Pius yesterday in the Division II semifinals. On the other side, Kaukauna, led by a sensational guard, 6'5" senior Jason Miller, the Fox Valley Conference Player of the Year.
And he played like the Player of the Year down the stretch yesterday against DeForest as they went on a 22-1 run to finish that game off. And Miller had a big hand in that. And Kyle Shoes, the postman, the big guy in the middle, that they run their offense through.
Be a great matchup in the middle between Ahrens and Shoe, Onalaska and Kaukauna, won't it?
Oh, absolutely. And Onalaska's got to figure out a way to handle Kaukana's scrappy defense and all the different defenses they'll throw at Onalaska.
Onalaska's down here for the 8th time in school history. Last time they won it all was in 1992. Kaukana's down here for the 2nd time overall in school history, looking for their first ever state title. The Division II title game is coming your way next. Stay with us. Championship Saturday rolls on from the Kohl Center.
When you buy Wisconsin dairy products, your hard-earned dollar brings you more than just the quality and great taste you know and love. It supports the dairy industry, which in turn reinvests that money back into your community, resulting in better public services, abundant recreation opportunities, and a beautiful place to call home. In all, dairy contributes $26.5 billion to Wisconsin's economy, and eventually comes back to benefit you. To learn more, visit youtube.com/dairyimpactwisconsin.
To be heard is a powerful thing. When you help someone speak, you're not only giving them a voice, you're giving them an identity. By amplifying the voices of educators, speaking out for programs like special education, WIAA speaks for me and my students. Add your voice to the conversation at Speak Out Wisconsin on Facebook.
tonight's Division II State Championship game between the Onalaska Hilltoppers of the Mississippi Valley Conference and the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts from the Fox Valley Association. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for Onalaska. Starting at guard, a 6-foot junior, number 13, Clint Reen. At guard, a 6'4" junior, number 21, Matt Thomas. Starting at guard, a 6'1" senior, number 22, Ben Sosha. At forward for the Hilltoppers, a 6'8" senior, number 12, Nick Arns. And at forward, a 6'3" senior, number 43, Zach Schmidt. The head coach for Onalaska is Craig Kohl. And now tonight's starting lineup for the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts. At guard, a 5'11" senior, number 4, Brent Radlinger. And another guard, a 5'11" senior, number 5, Jordan Kaufman. At guard, a 5'11" junior, number 11, Riley Vanderweist. At forward, a 6'5" senior, number 24, Jason Miller. And at center, a 6'5" senior, number 34, Kyle Shue. The head coach for Kaukauna is Mike Shallow. Tonight's officials are Mike Carr from Middleton, Ken Kester from Wauwatosa, and Andy Gallion from Milwaukee.
Here are the starting lineups again, brought to you by Delta Dental of Wisconsin, ensuring great smiles for 50 years. Both these teams senior dominated, although Onalaska comes out with a couple of junior guards who have seen a lot of varsity experience. Matt Thomas is the guy we talked about off the top, a Division I talent, only a junior. For Kaukauna, also senior dominated. We mentioned Jason Miller and Kyle Shue, key players for them. They have just one junior in their starting lineup, Riley Vanderweist, and he is a good one. Kaukauna in their home whites.
And watch for the matchup of Kaufman on Thomas to see how that materializes. Now, Onalaska typically plays a 2-3 matchup zone, which is what they come out in right now to start the game off with.
Miller in the corner, the team's leading scorer. Now they will give and go with Shue. They kick it around. Kicking violation on Arntz that time.
Also look to see if Arns busts out for Onalaska. Didn't have a field goal yesterday. Had 9 free throws, and I'm sure he's going to want to have a big game tonight.
It was an unusual game for Onalaska yesterday. They only scored 10 baskets the entire game.
Great defense by the Popes of Pius, as they usually do, and Onalaska had a tough time figuring it out.
Vanderweist in the corner, Schmidt stepping out on him. They drop it down low. Shue over Arntz, a little hard. Thomas with a rebound. Hilltoppers with their first possession of the game.
And they start Vanderweist on him instead of Kaufman.
Vanderweist shading Thomas. Thomas with it right now. Gets a pick from Arntz. 3 ball on the way, a bit strong. Reen comes down with a rebound. Arns looking down low. Now Sosha. Radlinger on him. Here's Thomas. And now Reen will reset the offense for the Hilltoppers. Thomas. Vanderweist on him. Fakes one way.
Jason Miller's kind of hanging in the post to protect anybody that penetrates there.
Thomas with Vanderweist in his grill gives Onalaska off to the quick start.
Excellent shooter, excellent player, going to play at the next level after his senior year's done next year, getting a lot of looks by a lot of big D1 programs.
Vanderweist into the post, Shue with Arns on him. They swing it around. Kaufman fires a 3. The Galloping Ghosts grab the early lead.
Excellent ball movement by the Galloping Ghosts there. And found Kaufman for the open look, and he buries a 3.
Team's top 3-point shooter at 42% on the year. Hilltoppers got to keep a close eye on him. Sosha almost lost it.
I love the way Kaukauna's guards play defense.
Thomas loses the handle but gets it back.
Thomas going to be hounded all night by anybody in a white jersey.
Arns with a crossover, had it poked away but got it back. Inside Schmidt, and now they'll reset the offense. Thomas for three. Couldn't get the roll. Rebound, Ghosts. They push it up ahead to Kaufman. Kaufman on the crossover. Foul on the floor. That'll be on Clint Reen.
Great take by Kaufman there. Once he got down the floor, he recognized he had an opening in the basket, and he took it and he drew the foul.
Head coach Craig Kohl in his 12th year as head coach. 4th season at Onalaska, 12th overall. Now Shu tries a baseline jumper, and Thomas has another rebound.
Good look, just a little bit too strong.
They push it up ahead to Arns, poked away, and a steal.
Here come the Ghosts.
Credit Miller with some good defense. And another blocking foul on Reen. Oh, taking it hard to the basket is Kaufman. 2 quick fouls on Clint Reen, the junior guard.
Well, once again, Kaufman taking it to the glass. Reen doing a good job of trying to step in and draw the charge. This time, I think it was a good call by the official. He was moving.
Jordan Kaufman averaging 7.3 a game. He had 6 yesterday in their win over DeForest. Austin Meyer into the lineup for Onalaska.
Kaufman typically a 74% free throw shooter, but missed them both this time.
Here's Thomas, Van der Ice on him.
You see Miller, number 24, just staying in the paint.
Arns can't get the jumper to go. Here comes Kaufman. Cold shooting by the Hilltoppers early on. Galloping Ghosts trying to take advantage. Miller in traffic, blocked by Arns. Didn't even have to leave the floor for that one.
Best block shot there can be. Hands straight up. Arms straight up, I should say. Hands on top of the ball. Best way to attack a matchup is you got to have guys flashing from the weak side, skip passes, and then ball reversal, just like this.
Here's Radlinger trying a three. That one's a little hard. Schmidt comes down with the rebound.
Good look, though.
Both these teams a little cold to start with. Kaukauna 1 out of 5. Onalaska 1 out of 4.
Coach Caldwell's calling for a different set here against Kaukauna's defense. See how it goes.
Arns comes out to set a pick. Now he stops and pops. Matt Thomas a long 2.
Too good a look there for too good a shooter there.
Hilltoppers back in front. Van der Ice looking for someone now. Finds Radlinger. He's swinging around to Kaufman.
Arns is just roaming the paint there.
Kaufman already has 1-3 in the game. How about 2?
On balance, squared up, took his time. A lot of kids can shoot a high percentage when they get that kind of look.
And as a coach, you like to see your shooters hit those early ones right away at a big venue like this.
Absolutely. The confidence gets up sky high then.
Thomas, speaking of shooters, buries one. Atop of the key 3.
They may have to do something differently there now. The guy, Miller is guarding Schmidt there, but he's not coming out to hedge on the screen. They might have to bring him out of there. Otherwise, Thomas could just hit that all day. Move the ball and cut through this matchup. Pass it to the wing and then cut through.
Shu looking down low. Now finds Miller out of bounds. It'll belong to Onalaska. Turnover, Kaukauna.
It's actually a good look by Shu. Miller just got caught flat foot standing there.
We have a timeout here at the Kohl Center Division II title game. Onalaska by 1. Here's a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Okay, Edith, you are all set with the Packers checking account.
Thank you.
And we have a special gift for you.
Oh?
Hello, Edith.
Want more Aaron Rodgers in your life?
Oh, my.
Is that part of the deal?
Get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron when you open a Packers checking account. For details, go to your nearest branch or visit us online.
So do you play canasta?
All the time.
I love that game.
Save big money during the Menards March Madness sale. Get professional-grade results with Quad Sealant. All-weather exterior sealant stays flexible and has excellent adhesion indoors and out. In 6 colors, $199 after rebate. Get your home organized with help from John Sterling. Choose from a wide variety of decorative shelving, mantels, ledges, and cubes, plus brackets and hardware all on sale. These heavy-duty shelf and rod brackets are 2 for $3.
Save big money at Menards.
Scott Emmerich and Chris Wetler, Division II championship here at the Kohl Center. Early portions of it so far. Onalaska leading Kaukauna, or maybe better yet, we should say Matt Thomas leading Jordan Kaufman.
There you go. Pretty clean game so far. Only one turnover apiece by each team. I think they're both just kind of trying to feel each other out here until somebody tries to start taking some risk here and getting after it a little bit.
The 2012 WIAA tournament is brought to you by the Wisconsin Education Association Council. Support your public schools and your teachers. Join the conversation on Facebook/SpeakOutWisconsin. WIAA, moving education forward. And as we move this game forward, Thomas, another three! That time with John Vandenwettering on him. That was about an NBA three.
Well, if he gets to, he keeps getting looks like that and he keeps taking on that kind of confidence, he could have a big game tonight.
John Vanderwetting, who just checked into the game for Kaukauna, a little bit taller than Vanderweiss, but he got a hand up, but Thomas just elevated. Near turnover, Vanderweiss saves it. Miller, double team. On Arns, challenging the big fella. Jason Miller with his first basket of the game.
Great move by Miller. Turned to his left, went all the way to the glass. Put it up with his left hand, which was difficult. He warded off the defense with the rest of his body and made a great shot.
Arns, he's got range. Can't get it to go. Who's got the rebound? Out of bounds.
It'll be Onalaska.
It'll stay with Onalaska. Thomas and Vanderwettering were battling for it underneath the hoop.
Kaukauna has put Vanderwettering on Thomas now for a little taller player on him.
Arns missing another out of bounds. It will stay with Onalaska.
Arns still field goalless in the 2 days he's been here.
Yeah, Arns didn't make a single basket yesterday. Of course, they didn't need him to. He was 9 out of 12 from the free throw line.
One way to help pad your stats, get to the free throw line.
Here's another NBA-like three for Thomas. It almost went.
That one was in and out.
Miller cleared the rebound. Kaufman tries the baseline. Now Miller challenging Arns. Blocked again by Arns. Then he lost the handle. Saved by Thomas, and here come the Hilltoppers. They push it up ahead.
By Thomas.
Sosha saves to Schmidt. Rebounded by Miller.
Would have been a big hoop for Onalaska out of a hustle play. Kaukauna hold for one here, looks like.
Vanderwetting double teamed, but Vanderweiss scoops it up. Now Kaufman will hold with 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
That's for him to enter to a wing when they're ready to go and then cut through and maybe come out weak side off a screen.
Kaufman with 4. Kaufman down low, Vanderweiss with 2. Got to get the shot off, fading away. It almost went. Would have been a tough one. 10-8, Onalaska. 1 quarter in the books. Here's a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
The WIAA requires good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation and support of participants and officials for family, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, whether intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the set of competition. Please enjoy friends in the positive manner.
This WIAA game summary is brought to you by Skyward, creator of Skyward School Management System and Skyward Family Access, the best solution for Wisconsin school districts and parents. Coach, those first quarter stats.
Well, Matt Thomas has got all 10 points for Onalaska, so obviously Kaukauna's got to figure something out there. Maybe make up a change there, maybe double him every time he gets it. And then Kaukauna's got to shoot the ball a little bit better, 1 for 7 from 2. I think they're attacking that matchup pretty well. Right now, some of those short looks just aren't going, but if they keep doing what they're doing, they'll be all right.
If you're Onalaska, are you concerned that only one player has scored for them?
Now again, it could be a good and a bad thing, like you're stating there. But other guys will get going here eventually. But on the other hand, it's nice to have a guy get hot for you.
Skip pass over to Sosha. Miller on him.
Kaukauna did make a switch too. They now have Kaufman on Thomas, which is what I was expecting in the beginning. And now they've gone to that triangle in 2, which they put on a little bit yesterday on DeForest.
Thomas coming around the pick. Skip pass over to Reen, a good three-point shooter, and he buries that one.
A lot of courage there by the Reen kid coming in with 2 fouls. A lot of courage by his coach there and faith to bring him back in with 2 fouls. And then he rewards his coach for putting him back in and buries a 3.
With all the good three-point shooting from Matt Thomas, sometimes you forget about Clint Reen, but he shoots it at a 47% clip. Kaufman, how about another 3 from him? Oh, he got the roll! He is 3 for 3. All 3 of his made shots, 3-pointers. Onalaska 3 out of 9 from the 3-point range so far. Now Thomas, Kaufman reaching in, forces the contact, no call. Thomas wanted it, but Shu comes out of there with it.
I like the Kaufman matchup on him. I was so impressed with him yesterday. And the defense he played against Barry for DeForest.
Shu trying the baseline. Ball knocked free. Miller tracks it down. 3-pointer on the way by Fullerton. He couldn't get the roll. Shu, the big fellow with the rebound. Partially blocked and a foul. That'll send Kyle Shu to the free throw line. And allows me to say this. Closed captioning of this WIAA tournament broadcast is brought to you by your local WIAA network station. Kyle Shu, 6'5" senior, averaging 11.8 a game.
I was just going to say, a pretty good free throw shooter at 76% for a big fella.
Now Jason Miller has a seat for Kaukauna, team's leading scorer.
Kaukauna will rotate about 8 guys.
In and out on both of them. Hoffman hounding Thomas. Thomas appears unbothered by it. In a zone.
Normally leverage is good, and Kaufman gets down there nice and low on the guys defending, but Thomas is just so big and strong that it's going to be hard for him to get a hand up when he elevates on the jump shot.
Fullerton along the baseline, skip pass, tracked down by Kaufman and poked out of bounds by Schmidt. Here's another look at Matt Thomas, and not bad defense here.
No, Kaufman just let him get a little gap there, a little angle, and he took it to the basket and pulled up and hit the shot. He squares up so nice on his jump shot.
Hilltoppers by 4. 5.5 to go, second quarter. Radlinger in a bit of trouble, finds Fullerton.
Post players have got to come out to receive the pass sometimes so they can have an easy ball reversal.
Shu. Vanderweiss from the corner. Sosa comes out of there with it. It's a 1-on-3. Sosa's going to tail it to the basket anyway.
A little stutter step, then a crossover, going to his left hand and came back and finished it.
I think the defenders thought he might pull it out.
I think so too. I think he got caught flat-footed.
Biggest lead of the game for Onalaska.
Critical time of the game here, maybe for Kaukauna as well.
Shu looking high-low. Fullerton loses the handle. Scooped up, and here come the Toppers. A chance to take advantage of a Kaukauna turnover.
That idea, just didn't complete the pass.
Near turnover. Sosha gets it over to Reen. Thomas to the basket, undeterred by Kaufman, and he draws a foul, and he'll get 2 free throws. Moments ago, Ben Sosha was a sensational crossover.
Little stutter step, stop and go, and boom, he just blew by. Rattling her there.
Matt Thomas, the MVC Player of the Year, 14 points, 13 rebounds yesterday in that 38-32 win over Pius.
He just played real solid. Nothing fancy, nothing out of the ordinary. Just took what the defense gave him, which wasn't a lot, but he took advantage of his opportunities when that time came.
Vanda Wettering back in the lineup now for Kaukauna, as is Miller. Thomas 1 out of 2. Toppers by 7.
Over an 80% free throw shooter, so you would expect him to be money on those.
Just under 4 minutes to go now, second quarter. Miller inside, challenging Orange, may have gotten a piece of it. Free ball on the way from Thomas. Oh my!
Timeout, Kaukauna.
Timeout. Mike Shallow wants to talk it over with Kaukauna, no doubt. Try to figure out a way to stop Matt Thomas. 6 out of 10 so far, 16 points. 3 of those 6 baskets, 3-pointers.
Well, I was just watching Coach Shallow and Fischel over there discussing what's going on, but once again, there's no help or no hedge on that screen, and nothing but net. They're going to have to get a hand up.
Here's a message now from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Self-expression can make a world of difference. Allowing individuals to express themselves is, in effect, telling them, you matter. By giving educators a voice, promoting programs like music and art, WIAA speaks for me and my students. Add your voice to the conversation at Speak Out Wisconsin on Facebook.
When you buy Wisconsin dairy products, your hard-earned dollar brings you more than just the quality and great taste you know and love. It supports the dairy industry, which in turn reinvests that money back into your community, resulting in better public services, abundant recreation opportunities, and a beautiful place to call home. In all, dairy contributes $26.5 billion to Wisconsin's economy, and eventually comes back to benefit you. To learn more, visit youtube.com/dairyimpactwisconsin.
Onalaska by 10 before we went to break, Chris. We knew they were going to be talking about Matt Thomas in the huddle over for Kaukauna, but offensively too, any adjustments they may make in challenging Onalaska's zone defense?
Well, I think they're doing a pretty good job because they're getting the ball inside and outside, and they're getting ball reversal. They're just not making shots right now, so I don't think they need to make any major adjustments there. They just need somebody to get hot, kind of like Onalaska has. They got one guy getting hot, and that could pretty much, eventually rub off on everybody else on Onalaska as well. So
you saw the graphic a moment ago. Field goals pretty even in the first quarter, but in the second quarter, Onalaska's really taken off. Cutting to the basket, Van Wettering. Shu, the big fella. He'll get a couple of free throws, fouled from behind.
The foul's going to be on Austin Meyer there. He reached for the ball, caught Shu on top of the head, and he'll shoot 2.
Meyer, first personal, 4th team foul. Kyle Shu to the line, shooting 2 for Kaukauna.
Shu still looking for his first made free throw, 0 for 3 so far. The 2012 WIAA tournament is brought to you by Marshfield Clinic, encouraging you to live an active, healthy life. Marshfield Clinic, don't just live, shine.
Let's see if the big fella can make this one and bring his confidence back up.
He's a good free throw shooter on the season.
76%. There you go. That looked good for me.
That one was shot with a lot of confidence.
He's noticing the Kaukauna coaching staff over there, all in white shirts and orange ties, except the head coach.
It's an 11-4 run for the Hilltoppers. That pass back door is broken up. Tried to hit Thomas on the backdoor cut.
See if they can convert this into points now. That'd be could be a big momentum builder for the Ghosts.
Radlinger looking for somebody. Here's Miller. Now Shu, free throw.
Good cut by Miller.
Hoffman has 3 threes so far. Miller penetrating. And a foul. 2 shots coming for Jason Miller.
2 possessions in a row now. They get to the foul line. That's a big help in the confidence building of the Ghosts. They can get in the paint, can't make the shot, but at least get to the foul line and again try and get 1 point per possession on the offensive end.
And that's 5 team fouls now on Onalaska. That's one thing that is going against their way. And now Jason Miller trying to capitalize and hit 2 out of 2 here.
Meanwhile, Kaukauna only has 1 team foul. And they're playing that man-to-man defense, and Onalaska's playing that matchup zone. So again, I think Kaukauna is attacking that zone very well.
Miller, a 3-year varsity player, captain of the Galloping Ghosts. 2 for 2 from the line for Jason Miller. That 10-point lead that was a moment ago down to 7.
Comes that high screen again for Thomas. Decides not to use it.
Floats one up, but Miller got a piece of the wrist as Thomas was going up for the shot.
That's the Galloping Ghosts, number 24, Jason Miller.
Well, at 6'4", at 6'4", as you're going to see in the way he elevates and a smaller guard on him. Of course, that time as Miller, you could see he got him right on the wrist.
Thomas to shoot a pair. Averaging 21.2 a game.
Got a beautiful rotation on his shot.
You saw that graphic. Onalaska really took care of business at the free throw line yesterday. 17 out of 22 from the free throw line, and they needed them all against a very talented Pius squad.
Now that was a grinder, that's for sure.
Thomas has already surpassed yesterday's total.
18 points in the first half, on his way to a big game.
Tyler Schmoker now into the lineup for Onalaska. He wears number 32. Fullerton back in for Kaukauna. He sets a pick for Kaufman. Miller, beautiful pass inside, and Fullerton will step to the free throw line.
Once again, Kaukauna able to get the ball into the paint and get to the basket. It's a great job by the Ghosts.
2 shots for Kaukauna and Neil Fullerton.
Neil Fullerton provided a huge spark for Kaukauna yesterday in the win over to Forest off the bench.
You get
9 points.
Yeah, you get 9 points. I was just going to say, Scott, you get 9 points off the bench. That is a huge boost for your team.
Free throws an issue early on for Kaukauna, just 3 out of 9 so far.
Short.
Missed them both. Thomas another rebound.
Back to Kaufman on Thomas.
Thomas almost lost it. Now finds Reen.
Kaufman's goal will be to try and not let Thomas get the ball back. He will not help on defense. He'll just stay like glue on Thomas. Got to be careful. He's holding him a little bit there. And he's pushing him.
Schmoker looking inside, but decides to swing it to Reen. Reen open for 3. It won't go, and a foul.
Off the ball foul, I believe, on Kaufman. Coming through the screen set by Thomas.
Fouls out to number 4, Brett Radlinger. First personal, 13.
Radlinger gets whistled for the foul. It was off the ball, so to inbound side court, it'll be Onalaska and Tyler Schmoker.
He pushed Thomas out of the way to try and get a hand up on Reen.
And again, Kaufman a little too much body as Thomas tried to go around him.
These two are getting after each other a little bit, but they're just playing real hard. I love it.
Yep, Kaufman having a conversation with the referees.
Second personal, 4th team.
He's not backing down at all. That's good.
Kyle Shu returns for Kaukauna.
Shu back in and Vander Weiss back out. I'm sorry, Coach, go ahead.
Good teamwork there by Radlinger to get have a little discussion with Kaufman. Say, okay, keep playing hard, buddy, but just keep your hands off and don't talk to the officials.
Reen for 3.
Can't leave him.
Clint Reen with a pair of 3-pointers early on.
That's the poison that Kaukana's got to decide. If they go help on Thomas, he's going to find Reen in the corner. That's an excellent set called by Coach Kohl there from Onalaska and make Kaukauna have to decide what they're going to do.
Biggest lead of the game for Onalaska. It's 12.
If you don't help on Thomas, he could burn you, but if you come off a Reen, he'll burn you. Nice double jeopardy to have there.
Chu showing a nice touch in that mid-range jumper.
The answer.
Thomas going to take it himself this time. A little long. Reen tracks down the rebound.
Onalaska ran the same set as they did last possession, just didn't finish this time, and now they'll hold for one.
35 seconds to go here in the first half, and the Hilltoppers holding on to a 10-point lead.
Kaukauna could burn a couple fouls if they choose here, if they get beat going to the basket.
They have 4 team fouls. Down to 20.
Coach Shallow working the official, trying to get him to call a push-off foul on Thomas. Probably a 1-4 set, 1-4 flat.
Here we go.
They're going to have the high screen here by Arns.
Chu coming out to Hedge. Thomas, crossover, three-pointer on the way. Oh, my! Matt Thomas putting on a show here in the first half. 21 points he has. Onalaska by 13. Here's a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
In Wisconsin, we believe in lessons learned early in life. Play hard and play fair. That's why Rural Mutual Insurance sponsors WIAA Athletics and the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award. We're proud of Wisconsin and of our 150 agents who give undivided attention before misfortune hits. Rural or city, everyone wins because with us, premiums paid here stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. Rural, it's not where you live, it's what you value. A Farm Bureau service.
Skyward is critically important to the functioning of and operation of our school district. It provides us with the software and technology for student software, for financial software, for personnel software. A community values its school system when it sees that it can provide great services to its kids. Skyward provides that access. So the community itself is grateful to Skyward and the district for its partnership because it gives them greater confidence in their school district.
There is such a need in Wisconsin for dental care.
And we've stepped up to the plate, both in terms of money, resources, and people.
We're improving access throughout the state for needy populations.
We're giving back to the community.
We're always thinking about ways to make life better for everyone.
Our mission and our reason for being is to improve access to oral health care.
It's just simply the right thing to do.
Back at Kohl Center in Madison, live Division II championship. We're at halftime, and actually that score should be reversed. It's Onalaska 29, Kaukauna 16. Matt Thomas with 21 of Onalaska's 29 points. That's really been the difference.
Well, big-time players making big-time plays, and Matt Thomas is definitely doing that here in the first half. Kaukauna's got to come up with some kind of answer. They might have to go bigger on him, or go to a zone and try and keep the ball out of his hands a little bit better.
Well, Jordan Kaufman keeping Kaukauna in this one thanks to his three-pointers, going 3 for 3 from three-point range. They may need a little bit more of that in the second half.
Well, absolutely. They're going to have to get Jason Miller involved and Shu involved a little bit better. But first of all, they're going to have to find a way to stop Matt Thomas.
We'll talk more about the first half and look ahead to the second half. But right now, Bob Bradovich standing by.
Thank you, gentlemen. We have a very special guest here at the half of this Division II state championship game. This is Dr. Laurel Rudolph of the Marshfield Clinic, kind enough to join us here at the WIAA State Boys Basketball Tournament. It's been a very long association between the WIAA and Marshfield Clinic. Why does the clinic continue to maintain that relationship?
Actually, Bob, I found out it's 25 years that Marshfield Clinic and WIAA have had this relationship. We support our youth because they're the future, and they're our future scientists and our healthcare providers. And what a great opportunity in a venue like this with all the positive excitement.
And this is just one way Marshfield Clinic supports young athletes. What are some of the other ways?
We also, in addition to providing healthcare, obviously, in central and northern Wisconsin, we also support the WIAA Scholar Athlete, which we think is a very valuable reward to student athletes who not only are performing on the court, but also in the classroom.
one of the big topics, not just at the high school level, but at the college level and at the pro level, NFL, Major League Baseball, has been concussions and how you deal with that. Marshfield Clinic spends a lot of time looking at that topic and the treatment of concussions. Elaborate more on that if you could.
This has been a topic very dear to my heart because I've spent the last 9 months with our lobbyists in Madison, along with other healthcare providers throughout the state of Wisconsin, trying to get Wisconsin to become the 32nd state to pass a concussion bill. And it was passed last week, so it's something to celebrate.
And that was kind of a long process. A lot of effort went into that, but obviously well worth the time and effort.
A very long effort. I take care of concussed kids all the time, and it's not only the short-term effects we see, it's not only the athlete that's affected, it's their family and it's their future. And we see, now what's happening with the pro athletes in the long term. So now with the new bill, even youth sports, and we just got to focus on the high school kids. A lot of these concussions are happening in these kids in youth soccer, youth football.
And this is something that's really evolved over time. Back in the day, just didn't have access to that much research and knowing exactly what the long-term effects are, and things have really come a long way, haven't they?
Well, one of our focuses as Marshfield Clinic is a lot of research that you brought up, and one of our things is being involved with other communities and other healthcare providers, and right now we're doing a topic on concussions in regards to just football helmet use, and the types of helmets, and the amount of impact that these student athletes are suffering, not only in games but also in practices.
If you were to give some advice to young athletes who want to be competitive, not just now, but as they go forward in their careers all the way through high school and probably beyond, what advice would you give?
Well, the first thing is make sure that you have fun. The second thing is I think it's important to see your healthcare provider and work on the preventive things. Everyone recovers from injuries, but there's a lot of ways nowadays with the knowledge that we have in regards to prevention of injuries.
And it's always interesting when you have venues such as this one, the athletic training staff that's here, and there's so many resources for athletes, and it's extending even through the regular season games at the lower levels, and that's got to be nice for you as a physician to see that.
Well, you brought up athletic trainers, so this is National Athletic Training Month, and I think almost high schools now in the state of Wisconsin are blessed to work with an athletic trainer, and Marshfield's Clinic is very proud we provide athletic training services to over 40 high schools.
And obviously the goal to all of this is not just get kids to be good high school athletes, but hopefully it's a lifelong fitness. It's a goal for kids, and this is something that they can learn at a young age and extend well past their high school careers.
I think our primary care providers have done a good job of what we just brought up, lifelong fitness. So it may not just be in organized sports. It may be just working out on a regular basis or taking a walk or, the goal is to not just live but to shine.
Dr. Laurel Rudolph has been a guest of ours. You've been doing this for any number of years. Can you ever remember a year when you had the air conditioning on the drive down from Marshfield? Usually we're coming through snow and we're coming from the northern part of the state.
I'm used to walking out of the Kohl Center in a blizzard and trying to figure out how to get back to the hotel or back home.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about that this week, so that's very nice. Dr. Laurel Rudolph of the Marshfield Clinic Sports Medicine area, thank you very much for your time, and thanks Marshfield Clinic for your support of these tournaments.
You're welcome.
All right. We are at the half of this Division II state championship. Championship Saturday began with a bang. Mr. Basketball, Sam Decker of Sheboygan Lutheran, 40 points, including a game-winning 3 to lift his team past Racine Lutheran in the Division V state title game, 67-66 the final. It was Dominican winning its third ever WIAA State Boys Basketball Championship with a 61-43 win over Cuba City and legendary head coach Jerry Pettigrew. Good one in Division III, a defensive battle. It was brilliant, prevailing over Gale Ettrick Tremplow 40-35. One more game coming up on Championship Saturday. That should be an outstanding matchup. Milwaukee King, the Generals, coming in at 24-1 against the unbeaten Warhawks of Germantown, 27-0. Right now we're at the half. Onalaska leading Kaukauna 29-16 for a wrap-up of the first half. Let's set it back courtside to Scott Emmerich and Chris Wetler.
All right, Bob, thanks very much. Tight game early on, and then we had that explosion in the second quarter from Matt Thomas. That's been the difference.
Well, maybe Thomas is going after the Sheboygan Lutheran kids record today. They already put 40 up there, but Sam Decker is who I'm thinking of there. But Kaukauna, again, is going to have to come up with an answer for Thomas for the second half. And Kaukauna is going to have to shoot the ball better. It's what we've been harping on the whole first half. They're only at 33% versus Onalaska's 52%. So they're going to have to come up with something at halftime to get some better scoring opportunity.
Let's check out those first half highlights. First of all, for Kaukauna, tell you what, they got a lift early on from Jordan Kaufman.
Early on, he had 3 threes in the first half, and that was one of them.
Then in the paint, Jason Miller challenging the big fella Nick Arns.
Great attack to the basket by Miller there, using his left hand.
Kaufman again, the second of his 3 3-pointers. That one with a friendly roll.
Yes, he got the kind roll and the kind bounce on that one.
On the other side, Onalaska, Matt Thomas scoring in a variety of ways, shooting threes, driving and pulling up as well.
Well, he does a great job of keeping the ball, keeping the ball controlled, keeping his dribble alive until he gets a gap. And when they go over on him, he finds his teammate Reen for 3 in that highlight right there.
Clint Reen has had a big first half as well with a couple of threes, but it's been Thomas, 21 points on 7 of 12 shooting. First half stats, we'll take a look at them. Team-wise, Onalaska shooting 53% from the field. Kaukauna held to 33%. They are getting to the line and not taking advantage of their opportunities. Well, the stage is set here for our Division II Championship second half. Onalaska leading this one by 13. Here's a message now from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Turnover.
If you want someone who understands Wisconsin farmers, find someone who speaks your language. We're fluent in farm. Rural Mutual Insurance is Wisconsin's largest farm insurer. Our 150 local agents offer farm families the best advice and fast claim service. Since Rural Mutual Insurance only does business in Wisconsin, premiums paid here stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. RuralINS.com shows how our farm policy offers comprehensive coverage for your home and farm.
Okay, Edith, you are all set with the Packers checking account.
Thank you.
And we have a special gift for you.
Oh?
Hello, Edith.
Want more Aaron Rodgers in your life?
Oh, my.
Is that part of the deal?
Oh.
Get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron when you open a Packers checking account. For details, go to your nearest branch or visit us online.
So do you play canasta?
All the time.
I love that game.
Save big money during the Menards March Madness sale. Mastercraft steel entry doors offer a variety of styles and a lifetime warranty. This venting half-light door or this half-light door with triple pane insulated glass are your choice. $199 each. Get a remarkable paint at an incredible value with Pittsburgh Ultra. It has a durable, washable finish and exceptional one-coat coverage, plus a lifetime warranty. Gallons of flat or ceiling are $15.97 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Well, so far the champions of the Mississippi Valley Conference lead the champions of the Fox Valley Association by 13 as we start the third quarter play.
You got Reen and Thomas combined for 9 for 14 shooting. And when your guards are shooting like that, it's very difficult.
Not only that, but they're 6 of 9 from three-point range, too. We'll see if Kaukauna can work Kaufman open for a few more threes.
Onalaska staying in their matchup. Looks like they've gone to a 1-2-2 matchup to try and keep the ball right there, keep it out of there.
Miller was quadruple teamed at the moment. Now Radlinger. And Thomas with another rebound.
Big rebound. He skied for that one.
Had a double-double yesterday. He has 6 rebounds to go with those 21 points.
And they have gone bigger on Thomas. They've put Miller on him at 6'5". Moving screen on Thomas.
Now they whistle Matt Thomas for the foul. That'll be his first.
That's number 21, Matt Thomas. First personal, first team foul.
You got to wonder if the officials, Thomas made that jumper right at the end of the second quarter and got a little excited about it. You wonder if the officials talked about that a little bit at half, but who knows?
Kaufman double-teamed, in trouble now, looking for some help.
Onalaska trapping now a little bit out of that 1-2-2.
They lob it into Shu, the big fella, over Arntz.
Faded away on that shot that time.
Green pushes it ahead to Sosha. Sosha in the corner.
Thomas behind him.
Now Thomas, Arntz, challenging Shu.
High ball screen again.
Thomas to the basket this time. Couldn't get it to go. Miller with a rebound.
Missed the bunny.
Radlinger wanted a foul. Socha landed on him.
Officials are letting him play.
Now Miller, they back off on him and he can't connect. 4 players fighting for that rebound. Whose ball?
Gonna stay here, I think. Kaukauna.
The Galloping Ghosts will hang on to it. Radlinger will trigger the inbound.
1-4 set out of bounds.
Miller to the lane. Thomas rebounds.
Excellent defense by Onalaska there. Just chest up on him, make a tough shot.
Only Socha was ahead, so no fast break. Now Arns still looking for that first field goal. Oh, the big fella! With a fist pump and a smile on the board with his first field goal of the tournament.
The lid is finally off the basket. Jason Miller's head is cut.
We'll get to that in a moment. Here's another look at Nick Arns. Good three-point shooter for a big fella at 6'8".
He shoots almost 60%, 33% from three-point line, which is beating the game. You want to shoot 33% or better from the three-point line. And he's right there. 7 for 21.
Jason Miller with a little bit of a cut will have a seat for a moment. In for him is John Van de Wettering. Van Wettering headed almost stolen. Now they're on the floor. Jump ball. Possession arrow on Onalaska. Keep in mind, this is a Kaukauna team that gave up 30 points total yesterday against DeForest in their win. Onalaska already there at the 5:50 mark in the third quarter.
Well, full court press now by the Ghosts. After the officials get the floor cleaned.
That gives me an opportunity to say this. The 2012 WIAA tournament is brought to you by Associated Bank. Sign up for Associated Bank checking today and get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron Rodgers himself. For details, visit AssociatedBank.com. Here comes a double team.
Jump and run
to Schmidt. And now Thomas.
Great ball movement by Onalaska there. And one.
Will they count it? Yes, they do. Fouls on Van de Wettering. Thomas with a chance for a three-point play.
Cleared it out to the wing, recognized he had a gap, took it to the basket, and made the finish.
A season-high 36 points against River Falls in the regional final. He might be challenging that at this rate.
24 already.
And it's already a 19-point lead for Onalaska.
Critical time here for the Ghosts. Possession by possession. There's a lot of time left. They just can't try and get it all back in one possession.
Shoot. Nice baby jump hook over Arns.
With the left hand. Soft touch for a big fella.
Shoot now with 5 points. Socha from the baseline. Thomas with a long rebound. Schmidt on the wing, now Socha top.
Kaukauna's not guarding Schmidt on the wing, so they're just putting a double team then down on Arns. I like this set here. Reen on this side, so they've got to honor him. Inside-out game.
3 from Reen. Thomas battling for a rebound. Comes right back to him.
One of the cardinal sins when you're saving the ball, throw it to your basket, not to the basket you're defending. 2 of the easier points Thomas has had all day.
That one fell right in his lap. Beautiful pass. Vanderweis. And it's partially blocked inside by Onalaska. Didn't see who, but the toppers get the block. It was Arns. Vanderwetting on Thomas. Now Arntz in the post. He tries a little turnaround jumper of his own. And now the lid coming off for Nick Arntz.
Onalaska is playing and setting up some really good two-man sets there that have found it very difficult for Kaukauna to try and defend.
It's a 21-point lead with 3:41 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout too. Here's a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
To be heard is a powerful thing. When you help someone speak, you're not only giving them a voice, you're giving them an identity. By amplifying the voices of educators, speaking out for programs like special education, WIAA speaks for me and my students. Add your voice to the conversation at Speak Out Wisconsin on Facebook.
That was me, the slam dunk king. All right, that was me. 6 championships under my belt. I never got off the couch. So then one day I looked in the mirror and I saw my dad. Started playing basketball for real, but not with these giants. Or with him. There we go. Playing with Ben and James. Yeah. Almost dunked it. Soon I'll be able to dunk it.
Scott Emmerich and Chris Zwettler back here at the Kohl Center in Madison. Onalaska leading this one by 21. Another third quarter spurt to extend their lead. There you look at Matt Thomas, his season average, what he did yesterday, and what he's doing now.
Well, and he's outscored Kaukauna by himself 26-18. So when you've got that kind of luxury, it makes it pretty difficult for a team.
And we need to mention, Kaukana's not exactly letting him roam the floor. No. They have been in his shorts all game long.
They are working hard to try and keep the ball out of his hands. Thomas is just so good.
There's a steal. 2-on-1 with Reen. Now Reen will pull it out. Schmidt to the basket. A lot of contact and a foul.
And Ben Kaufman.
Jordan Kaufman whistled for the foul. That'll be his third. And there you look at Jason Miller with the bandage on his head.
Jordan Kaufman is third. The team's third.
Zach Schmidt to the free throw line. Senior averaging 4.7 a game.
63% free throw shooter, but that looked pretty pure.
That's his first point of the game.
And Austin Meyer returns for Onalaska.
Onalaska's only loss this season came to Apple Valley, Minnesota, one of the top teams in Minnesota. And Coach Kohl was saying, you know, that may have been a blessing in disguise because then they didn't have to come down here to state with that undefeated season pressure hanging over their heads.
And the target even bigger on your back.
Schmidt gets his own rebound and turns it into a three-point play. Everything rolling Onalaska's way.
Big mistake there by the Ghost. No one blocked out the shooter. Nobody checked him. You could tell Schmidt knew right away it was long and missed it and went after it right away.
Knocked out of bounds off the leg of Vanderweist. Here's another look at Zach Schmidt at the free throw line.
You can see when it left his hand, he knew it was long. He came in right away. Great timing by Schmidt, the big fella, and he gets the put back and puts it in.
Onalaska getting a lot of second looks, taking advantage of them.
I'm impressed with how smart Arns is with the basketball. He doesn't try to force things, which is good. Nice pass.
Miller taking his turn guarding Thomas. Forced it a little bit that time, and Vanderweist comes down with it.
Unforced there. They probably didn't need that shot at that time.
Vanderweist and Meyer lock up their feet, and it'll be a foul on Austin Meyer. 2:32 to go, third quarter here at the Kohl Center. Onalaska in control of this one.
Second team foul on Onalaska there, so they're not in any trouble.
It's a 13-2 run to start the third quarter for Onalaska. Miller,
nice move.
Nice up and under Arns that time.
Arns is looking for us. He's looking at Meyer like, you know, where were you? You needed some help there. Travel.
little extra stutter step by Meyer, that time on the far side in front of the Onalaska bench. Turnover.
Got to take advantage of when Onalaska misses or turns it over. Kaukauna's got to come down and get points out of it.
That's just 4 turnovers for Onalaska so far. And actually, Kaukauna's taking care of the ball rather well, too. They only have 6.
Clean game as far as that goes.
Reaching foul on Schmidt that time.
Now, 2 things Onalaska does not want to start doing here. Stopping the clock with silly fouls and then turning the ball over at the other end of the floor. That's a quick recipe for them to allow Kaukauna to get back in the game. Kaukauna's not panicking, which is good.
Vander Weist, now Radlinger. Back to Vander Weist. Radlinger looking for a cutter. Now Miller. Slicing through the lane. Couldn't get it to go. Arns has the rebound.
A little bit of contact there by Arns, but the refs are letting them play. They've been consistent all night with that. Clearing aside for Thomas.
Thomas with a floater. Arns with the follow.
Once again, when you've got somebody there to clean up the glass on the missed shots and he puts it back in, nice luxury to have. Onalaska's only gone 6 deep so far tonight.
Fullerton comes away with the rebound, taps it over to Vander Weist to the basket, and he got it to go. Riley Vander Weist with...
Arns looks a little tired to me. He may come out here this next dead ball.
Vander Weist's first basket of the game. And we got a whistle. Kind of a soft whistle that time. The referee got his whistle stuck, but it'll be a foul on Miller. Here's another look at Riley Vander Weist, averaging 8 points a game. This is his first basket of the game.
Now he put his head down, and nobody was going to deny him going to the hoop. Nobody stepped in and took the charge, so he took advantage of it, and he finished. Nice play by him.
Well, you were correct about Arns. Connor Helgeson has checked in for Arns here to play the final 45 seconds of the third quarter.
That's the first time Onalaska's gone more than 1 sub deep tonight so far.
So Tyler Schmoker in 2 for Onalaska.
Well, I guess Schmoker wasn't in the first.
He was in briefly in the first half, yeah. So they have gone 2 deep and now 3 deep on their bench.
Wasn't in very long now in the first half. No reason for Onalaska to do anything but hold for the last shot here of the quarter. Shorten the game up with a 22-point lead. Probably run a high screen or it could be a 1-4 set. Looks like a 1-4 set here.
Thomas to operate out on top with Kaufman on him.
Look at Kaufman dig down.
Kaufman with the quick hands that time. Can he get the shot off?
He's got time.
It almost went. End of the third quarter. Onalaska has doubled up Kaukauna. Here's a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. This WIAA game summary is brought to you by Skyward, creator of Skyward School Management System and Skyward Family Access, the best solution for Wisconsin school districts and parents as we make the wave around the Kohl Center.
The wave is going strong.
Onalaska with a wave of momentum in that third quarter. They outscored Kaukauna 15-6.
Well, and unfortunately for Kaukauna, their shooting percentage went down from 33 to 32% from the first half to the third quarter. So we'll see if they can have a big quarter here.
Miller forcing the issue inside, and he'll be rewarded with a couple of free throws.
That's one way to do it. Get to the foul line and score points when the clock stopped.
Thomas, second personal, fourth team foul. 2 shots for the Galloping Ghosts at the line. It's Jason Miller.
Miller, 84% free throw shooter, so we'll see if he can knock these down.
Well, this is uncharted territory for the Galloping Ghosts. All of their wins in the playoffs so far have come by double digits. Here they are down double digits and then some.
And after yesterday, they're 22-0 when they get to 50 points.
Well, the fourth quarter was the big quarter yesterday against DeForest. They outscored DeForest 18-1 then.
If they get to 50 tonight, that's going to be a heck of a run for them. That may get it done for them. Ball fake by Arns.
Hilltoppers with the 2-on-1. Schmidt finds Sosha.
Best way to break the press. I think the ball might hit the floor once, and that was the guy shooting the layup there. Textbook.
Radlinger fires up a 3, and that one goes down. Brent Radlinger.
Good start for the Galloping Ghosts here in the fourth quarter. 5 points and 2 possessions. Just can't give up easy layups at the other end now. Can't trade baskets.
Well, you know the senior guard wants to finish strong. Schmidt lobs it up for Arntz. Tracks it down. Turnover.
Take advantage, Kaukauna.
Now Miller.
Good ball fake. One more, there you go.
Vanderweist for 3.
Boom.
Back-to-back jumpers for Kaukauna. Maybe the fourth quarter is their quarter again. They've cut the Onalaska lead down to 16. Here's another look. This is the one before.
Well, I didn't think Schmidt did a very good job of closing out and Radlinger. Maybe he knows something in the scouting report that I don't. Second one, just good ball reversal out of the transition, and Vanderweist buries the 3.
That gives you an idea of what happened yesterday. End of the game, Kaukauna finished it on a 24-2 run. That game was tied at 29 at one point.
And actually, Kaukauna was down 28-27.
Okay.
And then comes back and goes on a 24-2 run to finish it.
Well, unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program and live internet stream without the express written consent of Quincy Newspapers Incorporated, Wisconsin Broadcast Division, is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law. You look some of the atmosphere down here at the Kohl Center. It's always a wonderful thing about the atmosphere down here. Teams bringing the cheerleaders, everybody's dressed up.
The 2 Division I schools have started to show up with their fans, and so it's a really nice atmosphere here right now on Saturday night on St. Paddy's Day. Emmerich, that's Irish.
No, Scottish.
Okay. Oh, Zwettler is Irish.
Is it? Well, you got the green shirt on.
I wore the green shirt.
Galloping Ghosts on a 12-4 run.
There's Mr. Ghost right there.
Full court pressure now coming from Kaukauna. They get it up ahead to Thomas. Miller tracking him.
Nice job by Thomas. Didn't have anything. Pulled it back out. Run some time off the clock. Kaukauna with only 3 team fouls. We might have to start gambling here a little bit more, do some trapping and reaching a little bit on chances when they can get their hands on the ball.
Chu back into the lineup now for the Galloping Ghosts.
Onalaska's in a little bit of a delay game here, just to run some time off and then look to see if they get a breakdown. There it was, and he scored.
There's the breakdown, and Arns taking advantage. He now has 9.
Great possession by the Hilltoppers.
They got clock and they got points.
Best of both worlds.
Chu. He can hit that. Going off his soft touch. Kyle Chu now with 7. Green just sort of boxing out Kaufman that time on the inbound, and Kaufman gets whistled for the foul. And that is 5 fouls on Jordan Kaufman.
In the lead for the Galloping Ghosts, number 3, John Cadwater. Along with number 23, Neil.
Tough way to get your 5th foul, especially senior year. He's scrappy. I love the way that kid plays. He's had a great career for the Ghosts.
2-on-1 now, Thomas and Sosha. Sosha for the finish, and the foul.
Textbooks by Thomas there. He waited till the last second till the defender found him, and he made a good, solid two-hand chest pass to his teammate for the layup.
So that sends Ben Sosha to the free throw line. You know, his daddy used to call games down here at the State in my seat right here back in the early 90s. It's up in the Wausau area. Remember Jim Sosha?
Is that when you were playing?
A little bit after. I think I was carrying his bag and camera. Radlinger, that's a long three. Vander Weist, no. Clint Reen comes out of the rebound, squeezed by three players, and a foul.
They're going to get Fullerton there for a push.
And that's 17 fouls now on Kaukauna, so Onalaska will shoot free throws the rest of the way.
Fouls on Kaukauna, number 23, Neil Fullerton, first person.
And they are a 68% shooting team from the free throw line.
I beg your pardon, folks. I jumped the gun a little bit.
That is their 6th team.
16 foul, yep.
From here on out.
From here on out now, they'll shoot free throws.
New rule they just put in, 17 fouls for bonus.
I'm glad you're there to double check the rule book for me, Chris. You know, I've been doing this for, 16 years? I just finally figured that out. 17 fouls into there.
They had a jump ball after all the baskets when you started officiating, probably.
So then what do they do when you were playing?
Yeah, and one of my twice your age.
Yeah, the key is probably, it was actually the key, right? You and Will Chamberlain.
Yeah. The free throw lane is 3 feet wide.
Vander Weist. In the layup. Riley Vander Weist having a nice second half here.
That's the way to get your team back into it. Some steals and easy points.
He now has 7. It's down to a 17-point lead. It was 22 at one point.
Kaukauna has 4 timeouts if they need them.
Foul on Miller.
Tough foul there.
Number 24, Jason Miller.
Here's another look at Riley Vander Weist. Great anticipation here.
Yep, kind of sleeping on the weak side. Great trap by his teammates. Anticipated the ball coming. Gets the steal and the finish. And now a rest.
I have to laugh. I'm looking over at Craig Kohl on the Onalaska bench. He is pacing back and forth, wiping his forehead. It's like it's a tie game here.
He's going to need a new pair of shoes by the time this game's over. Meanwhile, Coach Shallow's rotating his guards to keep him fresh. He'll keep him out for about 30 seconds or so, then get him back in and just tell him, hey, got nothing to lose. Guys, we only got 4 minutes left in the season. Let's go get it.
28 points now for Matt Thomas.
A little quieter in the second half, though. Kaukauna has done a better job, although Thomas hasn't been as quick with the trigger since they had such a big lead.
Miller with the trigger there. Rebound comes off the shoe. Arns with the block and a foul.
He had his arms down on top. Instead of them both straight up in the air, he brought him down at an angle, and Shu did a nice job drawing the foul.
2 shots for the goal, set on Kyle Shu.
Watch his
You
arm.
can see his angle here. Actually, it might have been on Thomas. We're watching the replay with that little reach in. Somebody got him, though.
Shu 2 for 2 on the free throw. More full court pressure coming from the Ghosts.
Onalaska got to have the middle covered here against the press. The big guy is coming right at us.
I was thinking the same thing, and I was thinking about, can I get underneath this table fast enough?
I am ducking big time.
I mean, I know he's agile, and I know he's a terrific athlete for a big guy, but I don't think there was anything stopping him.
So you're saying he was going to jump this table instead of just trying to knock it over?
I'm saying you would have had to take the charge for me.
I'd have done it. I'd have done it.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
My life insurance is paid up. Back to this delay game. They're going to reverse the ball, then set double screens towards the top of the key and bring a guard off of it. Good safe set here to take some time off the clock by the Hilltoppers. Kaukauna is going to have to start trapping a few passes here, especially right there, especially when it goes to the wing.
Arns out high. He'll be content to hang on to it.
Yeah, but Shu's not going to come get him, that's right. Shu's tired out from almost knocking the table over. They got 4 timeouts if they need them.
And a reaching foul. That one's going to be on Kaufman. So apparently that wasn't his 5th foul earlier.
No, but you're right. They had 4 fouls up there listed for him, but that one's on Miller, I believe.
Thomas back to the line for one.
That foul is on Jason Miller. He now has 3 personal fouls. Substitutions now.
Kyle Shallow.
Evan Rubis into the lineup now for Kaukauna. He wears number 33. Pat Stevens as well wears number 31.
And Shallow clearing his bench, giving all his other kids a chance to play.
Austin Dietrich into the lineup now. He's a senior. Seen some quality time here on the floor. Kyle Shallow,
I would guess
sophomore.
Onalaska will follow shortly.
Thomas now with 30.
Got the roll on that one. It won't be too long till he'll be coming out.
The Hilltoppers comfortably in front by 19 with just over 3 minutes to go.
Celebrate a gold ball on St. Paddy's Day. A pot of gold, right?
A pot of gold for the Hilltoppers. That's what it is going to be today, that's for sure. Why not fire up a 3? Kyle Shallow. Rebound
Coach's
inside.
son, he'll get a reload.
A reload from 3? No. And Thomas with the rebound. He has a double-double, 30 points, 11 rebounds.
And here come the players for Onalaska. Probably see a timeout here shortly and we can rotate them in.
Sosha back out to Reen, and now Craig Kohl will take the timeout with 2:31 to go, a 30-second timeout, and we will take a timeout as well. Here's a message from our statewide sponsors, but we will stay here for more.
Just kidding.
So we'll have some mass substitutions, a lot of congratulatory hugs and high fives over the Onalaska bench. You see Craig Kohl.
There's not a better feeling in the world. I was fortunate to be there once, 2002, where the biggest decision I had to make in the second half was when I was going to pull the starters and who I'd pull out in which order. So fantastic feeling for the Hilltoppers, and March Madness has turned into March Gladness for them.
Matt Thomas with 30 points today, 3 points short of the Division II tournament record. It's a senior-dominated team on Alaska, but Thomas will be back next year, so will Clint Reen.
And Coach will give him his curtain call along with Arns, probably just in a few seconds or so. And here comes subs for him.
Smoker up high. Now Meyer.
Onalaska still very content to just run the clock off. Pass, cut away, and then come back off of weak side screens.
Keegan Walls is into the lineup now for Onalaska. Smoker taking it
Nice
to the
steal.
basket. Poked away by Renicky. Marcus Renicky with the steal.
Look for a quick shot here by the Ghosts.
Under 2 minutes to go in our Division II title game. Reaching foul, that's going to be on Smoker.
Their 16th foul.
Onalaska with 32 points.
And out come Arns and Thomas.
Arns, a senior, playing his final high school game, headed to UW Green Bay next year to play. Matt Thomas still have another year. Well, Nick Arns gone through a whole bunch of personal adversity, nearly died back when he was in 6th grade from a staph infection.
Wow.
Suffered a serious knee injury last year, closing out his career as a state champion.
Nothing like those hugs of celebration. Nice to see a couple reserves here now get a chance to get some shots off and maybe score for both teams.
Here's Austin Dietrich.
Nice pass.
Beautiful pass. Dietrich overlaid that time by Renicky. The final 120 of our Division II title game. Don't forget, folks, our Division I championship coming your way next. Germantown and Milwaukee King, another very highly anticipated matchup.
How good was Germantown last night?
Keegan Walls. Stepped out of bounds. Turnover will go over to Kaukauna. More substitutions now. Ben Scogan in. Andrew Verdon. Sam Fisher.
Coach
David
Caldwell's
Kelbo.
going to have a new shirt. He's going to have dry cleaning done. I think he'll probably have no problem with that.
Brock Rood also in the lineup for Onalaska.
And he gets Thomas back for next year. Thank you very much.
1 more minute to go. Yeah, I'd like to have one of the top players in the state coming back off a state championship team.
I'd be okay with that.
3-pointer on the way, short, and out of bounds. Pat Stevens had a good look at it.
Who do you like in D1?
Oh boy, that was some highlight reel performance by both teams yesterday.
How many dunks were there in the Germantown Memorial game last night? Double figures?
More than any Division I college game I've seen this year. Ben Scogan to the basket, and he draws a foul, and he'll get a couple of free throws.
Scogan had an uncle or father, whatever, played on that 92 team. Was a really good player.
Mark Scogan played on the 88 squad.
This is Ben
Was the 88, not 92?
88, they won it all in Class A. Division II won it in 92. This guy, Ben Scogan, Division I state golf champion this past fall.
Yep, I saw him play.
I'd like to have that game.
I was out there watching the Crusaders play, and I saw him hit the ball. I do have that game.
Do you? I'm impressed. Final seconds of our Division II state title game.
Nice move. Get in there.
Nice basket inside Austin Dietrich with a nifty crossover.
Made a nice pass last time down the floor, and a good finish this time down the floor. Nice pass there, too.
Rebound of final seconds now. Onalaska, Class A champs in 1988, Division II champs in 92, Division II champs in 2012.
And they are jacked up like they should be. Congratulations to the Hilltoppers of Onalaska. It's a day of purple, not green.
Well, we'll be back in a moment to hand out some trophies and some medals. Onalaska 55, Kaukauna 38 in our Division II title game. Here's a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Onalaska takes the Division II title. Let's meet the champs and the runners-up. Let's send it over to P announcer Jim Strick.
The WIAA Board of Control invites you to participate in the award ceremony for these two fine teams that have just completed their tournament competition. Making the presentation today to the Division II championship teams will be Jack Klebsedal, Activities Director from Germantown High School, along with Corey Bumgardner, Assistant Principal and Activities Director from Kaukauna High School, and Mike Bigley, District Administrator from Whitehall Schools. They'll be assisted by Dave Anderson, Executive Director of the WIAA. Will each player come forward as your name is read to receive your individual medal? First for Kaukauna, number 3, John Vanderwennering. Brent Radlinger. Jordan Kaufman. Riley Vanderweist. Austin Diedrich. Kyle Shallow. Marcus Reneke. Neil Fullerton. Jason Miller. Pat Stevens. Evan Rubbis. Kyle Shue. And will coach Mike Shallow from Kaukauna please come forward to receive the team trophy.
Can we stand up? Can we stay up and go down? Let's go down. Sit up, guys. Stand up. We're going to take a photo up here. Up?
And now will the players from Onalaska please come forward as your name is read to receive your individual medal. Dustin Gordon. Keegan Walls. Andrew Verdon. Ben Scogan. Austin Meyer. Nick Arns. Clint Reen. David Calbo. Matt Thomas. Ben Sosha. Brock Rood. Sam Fisher. Tyler Schmoker. Zach Schmidt. Connor Helgeson. And will coach Craig Kohl from Onalaska please come forward to receive the team trophy.
It was 4 years in the making for Onalaska. They finished sectional final losers in each of the last 3 years. They finally break through to state this year in 2012, and they're state champions, their third in school history. Time now for the Wisconsin Corn Growers Play of the Game, brought to you by the Wisconsin Corn Growers Association, working hard to provide food and fuel to America. And that play of the game, Matt Thomas, unstoppable early on. He had 30 points.
The starting flag isn't the only thing green at racetracks around the country. More and more race cars are going green by using an ethanol blend. Even NASCAR is fueling up with Sunoco Green E15 for the first time this year. And where does ethanol come from? Corn, produced by Wisconsin farmers and others like them across the country. The Wisconsin Corn Growers Association. From race cars to your car. Power, performance, and now a promise for a cleaner future. And that's good for all of us.
Okay, Edith, you are all set with the Packers checking account.
Thank you.
And we have a special gift for you.
Oh?
Hello, Edith.
Want more Aaron Rodgers in your life?
Oh, my.
Is that part of the deal?
Oh.
Get exclusive Packers checks featuring Aaron when you open a Packers checking account. For details, go to your nearest branch or visit us online.
So do you play canasta?
All the time.
I love that game.
Save big money during the Menards March Madness sale. Ideal has been a trusted leader in residential and commercial garage doors for over 3 decades. They offer exceptional durability and quality construction. Their patented Easy Set spring system makes adding spring tension simpler and safer. 4-star doors feature a white steel raised panel exterior with an insulated back panel. This 9x7 door is $279. The 16x7 is $459.
Save big money at Menards.
As a high school senior at La Crosse Logan High School, Craig Kohl played against the 1992 Onalaska state champions. Now here he is carrying the state title home for the Hilltoppers, and he's standing by. Coach Kohl, Nick Arns, and Matt Thomas with our Brian Groff.
All right, thank you very much. Of course, the Germantown fans have filed in here, so it's very loud over here with this band. But congratulations, Coach. Your defense really stepped it up when it came to tournament time, never allowing more than 47 points, and especially in the state tournament. How much do you hang your hat on your defense, and how much did it come through in these 2 days here in Madison?
Well, our defense has been really solid all year long. Last night, offensively, we weren't very good, but our defense kept us in it. The old saying, defense wins champions, held true again, and I'm just proud of our effort and how well we played on both ends of the floor.
Matt, we're going to bring you in. You averaged 21 points a game, and you had it at the half. What kind of zone were you feeling in the first half of this game?
I mean, that's a good feeling when every shot's going for you. My teammates were getting me the ball, screening for me, getting me open shots. That always helps.
Nick, we'll bring you in here as well. There's a lot of talk about 1988 and 1992. How good is this ball going to look in the trophy case back in Onalaska next to those two?
It'll fit right in, I think. You know, the community has been really waiting for this, and we're just glad to be a part of it and get this community another gold ball.
Nick, Matt, Coach, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations. Scott, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, Brian, we have one more championship trophy to hand out. It'll go to the winner of Germantown and Milwaukee King. Coach Rutler, it's been a pleasure working with you again this year.
Enjoyed it, Scott. Enjoyed it again.
Onalaska, your Division II state champions. They take care of Kaukauna. And before we leave, let's show you those second half highlights. A little bit ahead of myself there. Here's Kaukauna, down 13 at the half, trying to make a bit of a comeback.
Now, good ball movement around the perimeter. Good for a three-point shot there.
They had back-to-back threes at one point to cut a 22-point deficit down to 16.
A little bit of a run there and then got back in a little bit, but too much Onalaska.
That was Riley Vanderweist, and then here come the Hilltoppers, breaking pressure and making great passes, and Nick Arntz, the 6'8" guy, stepping out beyond the arc.
Arntz' first basket of the tournament came at a good time.
And then breaking the pressure, Zach Schmidt over to Ben Sosha.
Textbook press breaker there. Ball didn't hit the floor, and they got a layup at the other end.
And then Thomas, what more can you say?
Too much Matt Thomas tonight there for the Galloping Ghosts.
Final stats here, Onalaska 53% from the field. It just all went Onalaska's way tonight.
Yeah, sure did, and Kaukauna just didn't shoot the ball well. I really thought early on they attacked the zone the way they should, but just couldn't get anything to call. Couldn't get anything to fall for him.
Thomas led the way with 30 points. Arntz had 9 to lead Onalaska. Sosha chipped in 7. Balanced scoring for Kaukauna. That's been the story for them much of the year. Kaufman and Shu leading the way with 9 each. Now we can say, hey, Chris, it's been great working with you. Now we'll move on to our Division I title game. Germantown and Milwaukee King are on the floor right now getting ready for their championship game. And for now, we'll send it upstairs to Bob Radovich.
Thank you, gentlemen. Nice job on the call. And as they said, one more state championship